Hello. Hi. Am I audible?
Yeah,
Just give me a minute. Yeah. Let me share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Monica Prasanna Varun Subramanian. Can someone confirm if you can see my screen, please?
Yeah, we can see a screen.
Perfect. Okay. So welcome to Salesforce introduction session. So today, okay, before that, my name is Ram. So I'm working for Salesforce from past around 15 years, right? And worked in multiple streams and products of Salesforce, like sales, service, commerce, CPQ, marketing cloud, and of course on the admin development and architecture as well. So as of now, I'm leading an architect as an architect in an organization with around 49 people. Yeah. So this is about me. And when it comes to training, yes, I do have an experience of around 8 years of experience in training. Since then, I trained more than 3,000, yeah, 3,000 odd people, both online and offline. Yeah, that's all about me. Now, so what are we gonna learn today, or what are we going to understand today? So just 1% of Salesforce. Like I'll just try to make sure that you are getting a high level knowledge about Salesforce. What is Salesforce? What is cloud? Right? Why do we need Salesforce? Why not some other legacy technologies? And what are the advantages? Of course, the job opportunities and the course content as well. Okay. Uh, Next thing is before we start, right? Like if you missed anything, or if you're not able to understand anything, please do stop me right at the point. You don't have to wait for me till the end and ask the questions. Anyways, I do give you the time for Q&As, but yeah, you can stop at any time. Yeah. Okay. So Anyone is aware of this screenshot? Anyone? Okay. So this basically tells you like how our industries have been evolved, right? Right, and during the time, of course. So early 1800s, we do have started with steam, and then we went to electricity. Then in 1900s, in computing, right? And then now we are into artificial intelligence, right? Now, so what is the difference in this and this, in computing and intelligence, right? So basically, during 1900s, like when IBM launched the first computer, which is of around more than 150 size, right? So there, from then, like whenever I want a system to perform anything, so I have to ask the system in such a way that it can understand, right? That's where you have a lot of languages like Java, C++, C, or Cobalt, Python, multiple languages, right? Where we will give some commands, right? And then based on that, system used to give you the right info. But these days, right now, when it comes to artificial intelligence, I don't have to learn that language to command my particular gadget that I'm using, right? Or I can ask my Siri to call my friend, right? Or there are I can ask Alexa to play a good song for me, right? And you do have cars with they can drive in without any driver, right? All these are coming because of artificial intelligence. And why are we going with this? Because yes, Salesforce is also into AI. Yeah. Now, when we compare this, right? So why do we need any application? Anyone? What is the irrespective of technology, right? Whether it is Salesforce or some other force or Java or Python, Oracle, SAP. Why do I really need an application first? Anyone? That's fine. It's a new session for everyone. So nothing wrong in saying what you expect.
Easy to access the services.
Okay. Anything else? Yes, it makes our life easier to get some services. That's true. But any other specific reasons for using any applications? Yeah. On a layman term, right? I will say the purpose of an application is for two reasons, like in two ways, right? When I look at it as a consumer, the customer who is using that product, yes, as Monica said, it makes my life easier. Right? I don't have to go to, let's say, a vegetable store to buy some vegetables, right? Or I don't have to spend a lot of time in doing the shopping, right? I can do anything from my home itself, right? What is the other side? When you look at the other side, the person who built that application, for him it's bread and butter, right? So the more number of people using this application, yes, the more amount of revenue it will be generated, right? Now, how does this application being built? What is the base of it, or what is the trigger point of an application? A problem statement, right? So, for example, yes, these days, if you want to book a flight or a bus, so you have a lot of travel agency applications, right? Like it could be Make My Trip or it could be Red. wire.com, whatever it is. But let's just go to around past 15 years or 20 years, right? By then, if you want to book a bus, or just give me a minute. So, yeah, if we go to 15 years back, right? So, to book a bus, so you have to go to travel agency offices, or you have to go to bus stops, right? And speak with a concerned person who is ready to block your seats, right? And you have to stay in a queue. But let us say Monica have seen this, right? People are spending lots and lots of time in getting the tickets reserved. Now she thought, okay, why do people have to go to a bus stop? Let them come to me, right? And I will allow them to book the seats in whichever the way they want. That is what the idea that she got, and then she started building some application. Now, to build any application IT, right? So we need certain tools. It's not that okay, I got an idea, tomorrow application will be ready. No, I mean it won't happen like that, right? So we need certain tools to uh, provide a solution, right? For that, you need a hardware, which is basically your service, where you have to install that, keep that application and host it so that other people can start using it, right? And to build that, you need to install some software in it. It could be Windows, or it could be Mac, or it could be some other technology, right? And then on top of it, you have to install some Java softwares and all. Then you have to define who can access what. If you are giving admin access to everyone, then they'll override everything. Then without a payment, they will book the seats. So you have to define a proper user access. And of course, at the end, you need to know whether you're making profits or loss. So for that, yes, the obvious option is to generate the reporting. And of course, you have to build a right security, right? Without that, again, anyone can hack your system. And then you will make it social. Then we'll start thinking about, okay, can't we build this on the mobile also? This is what the biggest issue when you go with any legacy platforms, like in any whether it could be Python or Java or right, because these are all manual steps where Monica alone have to take care, or her company have to take care of the entire steps. Now think about, so for the time that it needs, right? So it needs a bare minimum of 1 year to set this up. Forget about building your application, because your application building will come at the end. Before that, you have entire analysis, right? And you are taking care of it. So when you speak about server, right, you need a dedicated space, right? Which means again, you have to connect the right routers, you have to maintain the hardware, the power supply, entire headache have to be taken care by Monica and her team, right? And to set this up itself, it will take bare minimum of 6 months, very minimum, right? Then she'll start building, which means hardly in 1 year, or maybe in 9 months, even if that application is bigger, it'll take around 9 months to 12 months, right? Now, the issues in this is when the core issue is with your server and the security. First, let's go with the server. When you speak about server, right? So when I'm buying a server, it's basically a hardware, a tool, right? So when I'm buying it, so they'll ask you, okay, sir, what is the capacity that you want? How many users you want to handle? So as it is the first application of its kind in the market, Monica thought, okay, I don't know whether this idea will work out or not. So I'll go with a little smaller number, maybe 200 users. Then she said, like, okay, with adding a buffer, she bought a server with 250 users. Now, as it's the first time that something new came up in the market, and it is more and more easier by looking at the UI and the offers that she have released, lots and lots of people started using her application, which means the capacity is 250, but around 500 people wants to access the system. then what will happen? Any idea? Anyone? What if the number of people using my application is more than the user capacity of my server? Anyone?
It gets slow or it might crash.
Yes. So if you are from India, the best example is your IRCTC portal. I mean, if you are aware, like if you have seen it before 2014, 2012 to 14, right? Before that. So they use a legacy platforms on Java, where the capacity, the server by then it is like by then our population is 100 crore. So it nowhere matches. Even if you take only 10% using this website, right? So your capacity is 50 lakh, and the number of people who are hitting that server is 1 crore. Sorry, 10 crores. So which is where it used to hang over that most of the times, or the system used to crash. So what to do now to avoid that problem? What Monica will do is, okay, anyways, I'm generating a lot of revenue. I'll increase the capacity. So she will go with some parallel mode or serial mode connections, and then she'll raise the capacity. But what if the number of users kept on increasing? So she have to kept on increasing the capacity of the servers also by multiplying the server number. But at one point, let us say I have Subramanian who have seen the idea, because it's not that every customer will just come to your area and buy the product and leave, right? So there are people who will get more ideas on based on your idea. He thought, okay, I can also do something, and he built something else, which is similar to it, but much more advanced. And he is giving better offers. He is giving a better services. So definitely, the number of users who's using Monica system will come down, which means she won't be able to generate the right ROI, return of investment. But that doesn't does that mean that Monica will, okay, now I'm not having any users when she sell the service? No, she can't, because it's an electronic product. So you will buy it for 100 bucks, and when you are selling it, people will quote you for 10 bucks. So you will be in use losses. So to avoid this headache, so we have cloud computing. So in cloud computing, there are of course four different types of clouds. We have on-premise, sorry, three types: infrastructure, platform, and software as a service. So on-premise is basically your legacy platform, right? Where the resource owner, which in this case Monica, will be taking care of everything from storage or networking, operating system, middleware, integrations, applications, everything she have to bear. Now, when it comes to cloud, it's like you will have some service provider, like keeping your ornaments at home and bank. So the bank will say, hey, you need a space. I have a locker. You need security. So I do provide security. You pay me some minimal amount. Come to my bank, keep your ornaments safe. Whenever you want, you can use it. Right? Same thing here also. Similar concept. It's like you will have some service provider sitting in XYZ location. He will take care of your virtualization, server, storage, networking, everything. And he will say, okay, whatever you want to build, you will utilize the space by paying some minimal amount and start building your application. And this again, we will have some three types of services: infrastructure, platform, and software. In the infrastructure, it's like you'll get this black box. So it is like, okay, I'm giving you a space. No, you utilize it according to your requirement. They won't give you any platform to build anything. You have to define your own operating system. You have to install your own middleware. You have to define your own data structure. Everything have to be taken care by you only. Best example, AWS, Amazon Web Services, right? So you will get a black box and you have to build everything from scratch. Then comes to you as platform as a service. Here, what will happen is This service provider, they'll say, hey, I'm giving you a platform. You don't have to install anything. Come, bring your idea, build your application, and start using it. Simple, right? So I don't have to worry about, okay, whether my software is rightly upgraded or not, or is this been working properly or not, is the security has been taken care or not. Everything will be taken care by the service provider. So this is the first step where Salesforce comes into picture with a platform called Force.com platform. So whatever we are going to learn in Salesforce or whatever the work that you are going, the core is always the Force.com platform given by Salesforce. If you are turning your career into Salesforce. Yeah. On top of it, yes, you build your own data structure and the applications. The last one is the software as a service, where in which there are softwares built in already, and it is provided to you as a service through internet. So how does this work? Best example, your Facebook or your Teams. Now, I didn't install this meeting Teams now to connect with you people. It's just a URL, right? So application has already been developed. So they provided me a URL. Through that, I'm accessing, I'm connecting with you, right? This is what is your cloud computing. Now, how about the security? It depends on the technology that you're taking. Okay, these are a couple of examples. Salesforce is both PaaS and SaaS. Yeah. Now, that's the base. Now, when it comes to Salesforce, so we have a keyword called Customer 360 in Salesforce. What does it mean? I can get, what do you mean by bird eye view? Anyone? Which will give you the entire view, entire picture, right? Because bird goes on the top, it flies, and then from top, it will start looking across the area that you want, right? So, which basically gives you the entire picture. So, similar to that, Salesforce also gives you multiple applications. So, when we buy a Salesforce license, right? So here it will by default give you certain applications. What are they? It'll say, okay, do you want to market your product? Because Salesforce won't build any product for you, right? So you will have a product. So you want to market it? Yes, it will provide you the patterns, right? Marketing features. Now you say, no, no, okay, marketing is done. I want to sell that product. Yes, it will tell you what is the process that you will have in sales. Now, Monica says, no, no, I have sold my product already. Let's say I'm working on, yeah, for example, this GeoFiber, right? She said like, okay, I have sold a lot of connections of Geo already. Now I want to set up a call center. Salesforce tells you, yes, you can provide service also. We do provide service process. It will tell you what are the best practices to follow in service and what are the tables or what is the data structure. Everything will be given. Now you'll say, no, no, I want to build something like Amazon. Yes, we do have Commerce Cloud in Salesforce where you can build your own website and start adding your products so that you can sell. So the difference between Amazon or Flipkart and Salesforce Commerce is Amazon or Flipkart are always B2C, right? You will have a business, I'll have a customer, I'll sell it off. Straightforward, which means if, let's say, if I'm buying a phone worth of, let's say, 50,000, the price of that phone will be same to Subramaniam or to Monica or to someone else also, right? But when it comes to B2B businesses, right? In that case, the product varies according to the contract, right? Now, let's say I own a manufacturing unit, so I provide mobiles. Now, every month, Subramaniam buys 1,000 mobiles because he's doing some business. Like he is selling it off in the market. And Monica buys only 50 mobiles. Now, definitely Subramaniam will get a bit more discount when compared to Monica, right? The price will definitely vary. The contracts definitely vary. That I can define in commerce. So when I log into my Salesforce Commerce as Subramaniam, it says the price is 40,000. But if to the same portal, if Monica logs in, it says the price is 45,000. Why? because it depends on the contract that has been defined. That also can be done in Salesforce. And now someone else said like, no, no, yeah, I don't want this, all this. I want to build my own application. Can I do it? Let's say a very simple point is like, okay, I want to build a leave tracking system in my organization. Can I do it? Yes, you can do. Like by building your own custom application. Now, by default, Salesforce will give you standard reporting structures. And if you feel, no, no, I want more and more insights, then you can go with analytics. And in the market, every day one or the other technologies is coming, right? But some of them are going very well, and some of them are going for a toss. Why? Key is integration. So in the market, right, it doesn't matter whether Subramaniam is giving me a good application of its own or not. What matters to me is when it comes to with a particular technology, right? It should be able or it should be capable of connecting with any technology at any point of time, right? But if he says, no, no, I built a wonderful system, I want to sell it to IBM, and he says, this gives you, yes, a very good profits, but this is the only tool that you have to use. You're not supposed to use SAPs or you're not supposed to use Oracles, nothing. Then they'll say, okay, boss, please, let's see, we will figure out something else. Why? Because companies like IBM or Infosys or any other mega organizations, right? These are all very old organizations, big organizations, of course. So they have invested lots and lots on SAP already, Oracle databases already. And if you're saying that, no, no, you have to come completely to my tool to use it so that your complaint will flourish, then it's nonsense for them, right? Because they have already invested. Your tools or your technology should be defined in such a way that you will give a feasible connections to everyone so that you can do the transactions on your system. So that is where you need a right middleware. For that, Salesforce, of course, acquired an organization called MuleSoft in 2019 or so, right? I think that's one of the biggest deals that Salesforce had. So this is the middleware, which is MuleSoft, helps you to connect any tool in the market, and it is well-versed tool as well. And apart from this, similar to your Google Docs, we do have employee experience, which is Quip. But yes, this product is not much relevant in Salesforce. Then this is something very important, Trailblazer. So we do have a website called Trailheads, right? For which you will get all the documentations. Right? Of course, during the sessions for any documents, I'll refer through that for all the best practices. You will get that documentation as well. And unlike any other technology, right, Salesforce will upgrade itself thrice in a year, right? Summer, winter, and spring. And every time, whatever the features it is getting upgraded, it will be added over here. So you will see everything clear cut and of course transparent as well. And you don't have to worry about, okay, do I need to upgrade my tool as well? No, it will be taken care by system automatic. Yeah. And finally, it's been used widely in multiple industries, whether it is small or big, it doesn't matter. For example, how many of you know Redbus in India? Anyone know Redbus? Am I on? Okay, I'm not sure. Still having it. Yes, Prasanna. So I think you're on. Hello. Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Did you lost me on the screen or? Okay, actually, I was explaining about Trailblazers. I mean, this Trailhead website. So, uh, did you lost me in between somewhere? So I started here, and I'm here. Varun, Monica. Hello.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, Varun.
Yeah, yeah.
So there is no break in between anywhere, right? Or
No,
did
no,
you
no,
lost?
no, 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 no.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Now, so when it comes to industries in Salesforce, right? So it's been used widely in multiple industries. Like whichever the industry you name, I'll tell you the company. For example, banking, Citibank is using it. Real estate, GMNFI, organizations like GMNFI, Prestige, all these are using it. For example, finance, Paytm is using it. If you go to mark this traveling, so Redbus is using it. Formula One is using it. So, and of course, if you go with bigger organizations, right? For example, education, Stanford University, they are mainly dependent on Salesforce for any admission processes, and it's been widely used in healthcare. So earlier, right, in 2010, when I started my career, no one is much aware of, okay, what is Salesforce. People used to look at us like, okay, when I say I'm working on Salesforce, people used to say, okay, are you gonna sell some products forcefully to the to the customers? No. But now, out of 10 organizations, actually all 10 organizations are using Salesforce, right? So that's the reason it has got a lot of demand and a lot of openings in the market. And it has divided it has defined two communities basically. One is partner and customer, right? Partner community is nothing but a place where there's partners, which means the service industries will have access where they can speak with Salesforce about the new products that they are looking for their customers and all, right? IBM, Infosys, all Cognizant, Wipro, all these organizations will have partner access. When it comes to customer community, like whosoever is your customer, right? For example, Citibank will be a customer, or Paytm will be a customer community. So they'll have which is nothing but success community. So that is where you will pose your question and you can answer. So every one of us can be a by default partner, a part of success community, right? So this is what Salesforce covers. And of course, these are the different platforms that it has. So depending on the product that we are using, we'll use the right platform. We will discuss about it more in future. Any questions till now? Anyone? Or is this boring? Hello?
Yeah, no questions.
Okay. Okay. And now coming to the architecture. Okay. Stories are good, Ram, but how does it actually follow this? Simple. What do you see here? A simple apartment, right? So let's say I have an individual house and I need a basketball court. I have to invest a lot on it, right? I have to buy a land and then sort it out, then start painting it, measure it properly, give a right measurements, everything. So which might cost me around. Uh, I'm staying in Bangalore, by the way, so it will definitely cost me around once a year with the current rates of the bank in Bangalore, right? But let's say if I go to an apartment, a community, and if I am looking for a basketball court, yes, I can use it for free. Of course, I will pay maintenance of 4,000 or 5,000 bucks every year, every month, right? But it will come with a very lesser price, right? Or the common power that we use in our community is shared. The water shared, maintenance shared, security shared, mates shared, everything apart from food or I mean, you will have your own food, but yes, rest all is shared resources, right? It's the same uh, thing in Salesforce also, right? So here there are when it goes to a community, right, you will have some restrictions also, right? So I can have food, but I can't have food outside. I mean, in some other flat, right? Or I have to sleep, or I have to use my own dedicated space. I can't go here and sleep today and go somewhere else and eat food, right? So I'll have my own boundaries. I have my own limitations. Similar to that, even in Salesforce also, it's the same. Let's say Monica is from Redbus, so they will have this space in Salesforce. And now let's say Varun is from IBM, he'll have it from here. And let's say Lakshmi is from career writing, she will have some other space dedicated to her, right? So we do have limitations in Salesforce. Those are called governance limits, right? Which make sure that you are not overriding other organizations' code. So how to do that? What to do that? I mean, what are those limits for every feature? We will discuss, right? But yes, of course, there is no organization which has hit the Salesforce limits till date. Now, Now it's very easy, right? So you don't have to install any software in your system. You buy the license, build the application on the browser. Simple. You get the idea, take Salesforce, build it. As simple as it. And the best part of Salesforce is you don't have to think about whether my application works on my mobile or is that really responsive. I mean, responsive on the tab if the customer is using tab. You don't have to think about it. By default, it just gives you the support on all the gadgets. Only thing is you have to specify whether it works. You want to define it for the mobile tab or whatever it is. You just have to do some basic configurations. It will be taken care. But earlier, when I started my career, a couple of my friends are working on web designings. Right? They are very good web designers. They used to have a lot of demand. Reason is no one so they don't know anything about actual process, right? They know how to make sure the screens are responsive. They have a lot of demand. Reason is there is no technology which will combine both. But that's when Salesforce came into picture. It says that no, I will take care of UI, don't worry. You tell me what you want, specify, it'll be taken care. Yeah. Now, yes, with this, right? So main thing is with the legacy platform, this infrastructure setup. But here that is minimized. So you can spend or concentrate more on building your application rather than doing the rest of the jobs. So that's where it gives you very less time. It's not required. Yep, let me have one word on it. So it says, yes, fourth industrial revolution starts with one important point is trust. Yes, till now we discussed about how fast is Salesforce, how easy is Salesforce, or how many technologies it has, or how good is the UI. But something which is very important is privacy, the data privacy. In Salesforce, it started somewhere around 1999, and till date, if you go back and search, there won't be a single line of or single case of data breach. Why? I think from 6, 7 years, for example, if you want to log into Facebook or give a Gmail from a new device, it is sending you the verification codes to your personal numbers, right? But Salesforce have implemented it in somewhere around 2006, which means even if I have Varun's credentials, I cannot log into his account unless until that verification code has been sent to me, right? And once I hack your system by any chance, the only thing that I'll do is I'll hack the data. So to connect or to extract the data, I need some other tools, which again needs some other combinations of passwords that we will discuss in future. Yep. And uh, how many of you okay, are not using smartphones? Definitely no, right? All of you are using smartphones, right? Now, let us say career IT decider, yes, we will start a batch, right? And if they have to inform you, the best thing that they'll do is they'll collect all your numbers, they'll keep you in one WhatsApp group, and then they'll start sharing the informations about the classes, timings, or the recordings, all this, right? But now, what if career IT says, no, no, we won't use WhatsApp. I have a wonderful world famous developer in mobile. Let him start building an application. It will be done just in 6 months. And then I'll start, I'll ask you to install all this application in all of your mobiles. And then we'll start using it for our own communication. Will you do it? He'll say, no, no, ma'am. We'll complete the course by then. And then you'll leave, right? Why? Because you have tools available already in your App Store or your Play Store, Google Play Store, your Play Store, right? You'll install and start using it. Why do you need to build everything from scratch, right? It's a madness, right? But you know what? This store, right, came in Apple first, right? But ideally, the idea belongs to him. And as he is a good friend of Steve Jobs, he have gifted that domain also to Steve Jobs, saying that appstore.com. Appstore.com domain actually doesn't belongs to Apple. It is owned by Mark Benioff, who is CEO of Salesforce. He have gifted it to Apple, and they are using it. Of course, post that we got Play Store, and he came up with another word called App Exchange. The same concept. You build the application, but you deploy it in Salesforce Marketplace. You have a right market, a business case, build it, you provide the solution, people will start using it. Of course, again, it depends whether you charge it or not. And of course, these are the different applications that have been available in Salesforce. So very simple, right? If I want to install WhatsApp in from App Store, then I should be a Apple customer. Or if I want to install Gmail from many Android phones, so I should be a Google customer. Right? I must have a Google account. Same thing here also, same fund. So if you want to install any App Exchange products, you should be a Salesforce customer. That's it. Which also means you don't have to get a job. You have a better idea. You can deploy this. I mean, you can build a solution and deploy it in the App Exchange. Of course, it will go through a right analysis by the App Exchange team of Salesforce. They will check each and everything. The entire scrutiny will be done in all the areas, and then they'll say yes, your application is eligible to available. I mean, make it available in our system. And these are some numbers. Yes. So if you see here, most of the times, if you observe, Salesforce have acquired organizations. So two ways. It is. It's not something which is thinking that okay, I if there is a competitor, instead of thinking saying that okay, I will also build something from scratch and start doing the competition. Instead, what it did is it have acquired those organizations, it have collaborated with those organizations and made that product more beautiful. That is where it has grown. And if you observe clearly, there is no spikes, right? So there is no seesaw here. It's always up. Yes, it is always up till date. And you know what? By end of this expectation of Salesforce is by end of 2025, they're expecting, okay, we will grow to a $35 billion company. Uh, but this number they have crossed last year only. I actually don't have a updated screenshot, so I'm just giving you the old one. But yes, this numbers now it is already $42 billion company also. But Ram, why do we need this? I just need the why does it really matter? Yes, it matters a lot. For example, in this, like you could be there could be people who are different coming from different technology. There could be a people who are starting their career. right? So when you start a career, yes, you won't have much idea on which area to grow and all. But when you switch a technology, right, you must have an idea because this is not your first technology. You are
Ram, we couldn't hear you.
hello.
Yes, Ram, now we can hear you.
I'm really sorry. I'm not sure what happened. Okay. Uh, I think I have to upgrade my laptop. I'll do it post the session so that it won't make any issue later. Okay. Because of this updates, it is crashing. It seems. Okay. Yeah. I was explaining about the screen, right? So it says that if you see here, right? It says that okay, Salesforce has been growing to a $35 billion company, but ideally it have already crossed $40 billion company last year, right? These are this is a little old screen, but why do we need this? Is let's say if the company is growing, which means their customers are growing, right? Which means the people, the consumption of this organization is or this technology is growing, which means there is demand in the market as well. When you go to the previous slide, right? So this is when Salesforce started its uh, uh, career in the market, and if you see, it kept on growing till date. There is no seesaw in it, right? Which means yes, it has a very good potential in the market. Even if you want to switch the technology from something else to Salesforce, right? So it has a very good potential. Why? Because the idea of Salesforce is not to build something new. Rather, if you see here, it acquires the existing organizations and improvise those ideas, or it basically collaborates with multiple organizations. Right? This is where the best part of Salesforce comes into picture, and it makes sure that yes, customer wants some product, I will give a better, much more better product. So that's the base idea, and this is also a little older number. By 25, Salesforce expectation is to generate 5.6 million jobs in one of the articles that I have recently read. By 25, it is expecting to generate more than 5.6 million jobs across the globe because they have crossed this target in last year already, last to last year already. Yeah. Any questions till now? Anyone? Or you want me to go through the course content? Asana, Varun, Monica.
No, Ram.
Okay. So now coming to the course content. So this session is specifically for two products. One is, two features of Salesforce. One is administration, and the other one is development. So this is how the growth looks. Anything you want to learn in Salesforce, the base is always admin. Okay, because the admin of Salesforce is quite different from the admin of any other technology. Because when I say you're an admin in any other technology, right, then you'll think about, okay, just managing users, securities, managing networks, all this, but that is not in Salesforce. Yes, of course, you will uh, manage the users, but apart from that, anything and everything that can be done using point and clicks, which means being an admin, you can build applications. Being an admin, you can define the table structures, you can or write the automations, you can validate the things, you can define a well-defined approval processes, you can use the data loaders, you can generate the reports, you can secure the users, you can provide the securities. All these things can be done by your admin. You can even define the UI also, right? Now the journey starts with data model. We'll see the basic terminologies in Salesforce, and then we'll discuss about the data models. What are the different data types that we have in Salesforce? How do we define the tables? What are the the terminologies that we use here? Everything, and then we'll go with the UI. So we do have concepts like page layouts and lightning pages. We'll discuss about it. Then we'll discuss about some security concepts, which is very important, right? And then we'll discuss about automations. So this basically covers your core areas. And then we'll discuss about the standard applications given by Salesforce. Best two things. One is sales and service. So this has also has a lot of standard automation rules. We will discuss about that. And then we'll discuss about active working on bulk data, right? Finally, on the reporting structure. Post that with whatever the knowledge that you have now, right? You can blindly go with the certifications. Yep. And this will it'll take around on an average it takes around 20 hours. Then we will go with development. So yes, you can be a Salesforce developer or you can be a Salesforce admin, but if you want to be a developer of Salesforce in Salesforce, if you see here, right, admin, if you know basics of Excel, which means if you know what is an Excel sheet, what we can do, I mean, can we how to create tables in Excel sheet, that is enough. But when it comes to development, the prerequisites are you should know the complete knowledge. You should have a complete knowledge on admin and some basic knowledge on object-oriented programming, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If you're aware, yes, it is good. If not, it's fine. You can still learn. On what basis, Ram? Because we will use in Salesforce, we'll use Apex for backend, for server calls, and Aura for front end, or Lightning Web Components for front end. Either of these, right? They need some inputs from, say, object or either Java or HTML, CSS, but that's not the only thing. So you can still learn. Best example is me. I'm an electronic student. So I still learn Salesforce. I even till date I don't know anything about Java. I learned Apex of Salesforce. It's not very tough. Of course, you have to. When initially you have to stretch your time, but it will be easier. So in development, yes, you will have backend as Apex. Then you will learn the query languages. We will have our own query languages. Then we'll discuss about two things. One is synchronous and asynchronous Apex. Synchronous is nothing but triggers. So very, very interesting concept. We'll take this itself, it will take around a week. Then we'll discuss about asynchronous. Then we'll discuss about UI. Finally, the services and the release managements. Post that, as with the same knowledge, you can even go with PD1 certification, which is development. So you will have advanced admin and advanced development certifications also, but that needs some practical knowledge, at least 6 months of actual environment knowledge. So you will get the developer environments. Yeah, it's not that we are sponsoring anything, it is free from Salesforce. But it will have a lot of limitations. But once you start working in your own organization post getting job, you can start going with PD2 or advanced admin certification. Even if you want to do it, yes, with the knowledge, if you stretch a bit more, you can do it. But I would rather suggest just go with one certifications, because one in any organization, right? Salesforce will give you these vouchers for free of cost. Ideally, if you want to spend it from your pocket, so it is like if you are from India, then you have to spend around 18 or 19,000 bucks for every certification, whether it is admin or PD1. But if you go to an organization, you will get it for free. So consider the certification as an entry point for any organization. Take one of it, and then the rest you can do it on your own. Yep, that's all. And the timings, it starts from 6 to 7 every day in the morning. Uh, then coming to what else? Yeah, there's the course content. Yeah, the way that we go is I'm not gonna discuss or I'm not gonna give you any projects at the end of the course. Rather, we will take a use case project right at the first session, and then we'll start discussing about how do we define that application using these features in the same pattern that I've shown here, right from scratch, right? So that you don't have to think about, okay, do I need really have this project documentation or this package to be installed? Nothing. You can complete the entire application. By end of the session, you will have a full-fledged application with all these concepts covered in your own Salesforce environment, which has been built by you. Clear? Any other questions? Anyone? Actually, no one asked me any questions till now.
Hello, Ram.
Yeah, Varun.
Yeah. Can we have any real-time project to do at the end, or any sort of like
That's what, right? So you won't have any real-time projects at the end. Rather, we will start building the project right from day one.
yeah, okay, okay, sure, sure. And
Yeah,
is
I
in
can do it
development.
at the end also, because so basically when it goes to an end, right? What happens is I'll complete this 40 hours overall session, right? And then I'll say,
Yeah,
okay, from tomorrow we'll start a project. I can't spend more than 2 3 sessions on a project by then, right? I will say, okay, on day one we spoke about epics, or on day three we spoke about security. So you apply that security concepts here. On day 10 I spoke about automations. You define that process builder or whatever the flow that is there now. And we really won't have much time to verify all of yours, right? Rather we will do it day wise from day one itself.
yeah, yeah, sure, sure. That's nice. And there are some concepts like Apex and SOQL, SQ. Is these concepts are right there, right?
Ah, it's there, huh? But if you see,
Yeah, yeah.
right,
Actually, I didn't
everything.
have any idea on Apex. Can you tell like from basics, like Apex, what is what, like
Ah,
that, or
this session is to give you anything and everything right from base. And I will consider, I mean, I'm not saying that you don't have a knowledge, but when I take a session, I will consider that you are coming with an empty mind.
yeah, yeah, okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, got it, got it.
But of course, based on the practice, I'll definitely give you advanced level assignments also. But in the sessions, when I start a concept, so I'll consider that you don't know anything about it. It's a fresh, brand new product. Uh, that from will go from 0 to 1. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure, sure. Yeah, that's it from my end.
Any other questions, Monica or Prasanna?
Ram, I have a question about timing. I mean, Which
Yep.
time?
Timings I just proposed it as 6 to 7 in the morning IST, but yep, I think Career IT will give you the right timings.
Okay. It might change in the future, or
We'll go with the standard timing for the batch because you will have standard set of people, right? So if we start with some timing, unless until everyone comes back and say that okay, this is not really working for us, we generally won't change that. So we'll go with the same pace till the end. Initially, in initial sessions, you can discuss and then finalize the timings. You can approach Career IT for that.
okay. And what's the time period for this course? Like, is it a month or 2 months?
2 months course. I mean, I'm just giving you a rough number. So admin 20 sessions only on weekdays, 5 days in a week, and development 20 sessions again only on weekdays, 5 days in a week, and 1 hour per session.
Okay. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Okay. Okay then. Let's meet on Tuesday if everything works well. Yeah. Tuesday or Monday. I'm not sure. I mean, you will have the updates from the career rate. Okay. Bye everyone.
So,
Yeah, bye.
Yeah.
Thanks, John.
Thank, yeah, thank you.